So to get set up with your new Sparrow Slingshot from Slingshot, you're going to need to put your bands on. Now, of course, you've probably watched a lot of our other videos learning how to figure out your active band length and your draw length. You're going to need to know those things before you go forward. However, putting the bands on is the same method. So this Slingshot is set up for a traditional wrap and tuck band installation method, and of course it's over the top. So your Slingshot is going to come with a set of bands and 2 pieces of tie-in material. This stuff here. I'm going to show you how to put your bands on. Now we're going to assume that these bands are already set up for my draw length and my active band length. Okay, so one thing to pay attention to when you get your band set, you want to make sure you identify where the ears of the bands are. So the ears of the bands are these little bits right here. We want to orient those in this orientation here so that the rough side of the pouch, or the side of the pouch that is opposite to the ears, is facing towards the sky. Now likewise, we've got 2 sides of this Slingshot here. This Slingshot has a front and a back. The side that says Fowler and has the Slingshot logo is the front. That's the side that faces you while you're shooting. And the side that has Slingshot.com on the back is the side that faces the target. So we're going to put the Slingshot in orientation where it's lying down front first with the back of the Slingshot up. We're going to keep our band in the same orientation, pouch up. Make sure when you identify your active band length that you leave about 1/2 to 3/4 of an inch longer than you need. The reason for this is going to show you. So first, we want to get set up with our tying tape. This stuff is really great because it's stretchy. So what we're going to do is we're going to make 2 wraps to get started. And we'll hold that out of the way. So that is called our foundation wrap. Next, we're going to orient the bands. Remember I said to leave about 1/2 to 3/4 of an inch. You're going to have the same amount of overlap on each side. Now something I like to do with this particular Slingshot is we can see how it starts to fade out, that we've got a flat section here. And where that starts to fade, I just make that my length. If you want to be scientific and put a mark on there, all the better. Next, we make our first capturing wrap. At this point, we want to adjust the bands. Make sure they're oriented just the way we want them. Alright, that looks good. Then as we bring our wraps around, we're going to bring them under tension. This is very important. Always bring the bands under tension as you're making the wraps. We're going to make at least 2 wraps under tension. Next, we're going to take this tag in, the part that I told you to leave long. We're going to fold it back upwards towards the tip of the Slingshot. And we're going to capture that. Next, we're going to wrap and tuck. Now there's several ways to do this. We've got lots and lots of videos showing you how to use it with tools. I'm going to show you with my thumb. 1 wrap over my thumb, and then capture the band underneath my thumb. Now this band is installed. Now we're going to do the exact same thing for the other side. Now remember, we had our tabs, or the ears of the bands, facing down. We're going to keep that same orientation. Simply bring it around, and that's how it's going to lay. So we're going to go ahead and get our foundation wrap ready. And don't fret, if you've never done this before, it is a little fiddly and it's going to take some practice, but you'll get it. 2 foundation wraps. Be sure to leave the same amount of overlap as last time. After the first wrap, go ahead and adjust, get it just where you want it. Then bringing the bands under tension, at least 2 more wraps. And we're going to fold the band up, capture it, again under tension, and 1 to 2 more wraps, and then we capture with the wrap and tuck. Now I've got room there to do 2 on this side. Alright, now the band set is installed. Some things to look for. Making sure when you have the ears to the outside, you've got a trough here. Imagine if you dropped a ball into that trough, it would roll towards the forks. If it's not in that orientation, don't fret, you can still shoot, but I'd suggest you go ahead and change it. Consistency is everything with Slingshots. So here we are in the correct orientation. Now next, how do we grip this thing? Cool thing about this Slingshot is Zach designed it with everyone in mind. It can be held in a hammer grip, though not designed that way. But if you've got a kid or if you've got someone that has lower strength, you can certainly shoot it in a hammer grip fashion. However, it was designed to be fork supported. And one thing I really like about this style of slingshot, and the way Zach built this, is that he put his forks where they're right at the top of your fingers. This allows for a very intuitive point and shoot ability. So those are your two grip styles, either fork supported or a hammer grip. Don't forget to install your lanyard and use it whenever you're shooting. And of course, don't forget to wear safety glasses. If this is your first slingshot, welcome to a whole lot of fun. We're glad we could have helped Zach to get this to market. And if you're wanting to learn more about your slingshots, be sure to check out simpleshot.academy or reach out to us and we'll be glad to help you along your slingshot journey.